Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today's comic video is going to be Star Wars Tales number 24, Marked. Now, I'm not going to bring this one to life as much as I do with my other comic issues. I'm merely going to explain this, but I'll throw in a couple voices here or there for those who enjoy it. So the following story takes place roughly 6 months before the events of The Phantom Menace. This is where Darth Maul is owning his skills through his intense training as he yearns for the day that he can finally test his abilities against the Jedi. Though, even as he waits for the future, his mind drifts into his past. As Darth Sidious' apprentice prepares to test himself against 3 Trade Federation droidicas, his mind flashes to his past, to the fear that he felt as a mere boy as his master stood before him, to the present where his master watches as he prepares to face the battle droids, as he uses that same fear to fuel his anger, an anger that leads to hate and once more pulls his memories into the past, to the suffering and agony the Sith tattoos that mark his body caused him at his master's hand. Be strong, Maul thinks to himself as he pulls his mind back to the present once again. He must endure, for his master is here. There is nothing else. Maul's master gives him strength. There is only his master. The droidicas surround the Zabrak assassin, but the dark side is with Maul, and in no time the battle droids are made into nothing but scrap metal on the floor. Darth Sidious is most impressed with his apprentice's prowess. Maul feels honored by his master's approval. Sidious then asks him bluntly if Maul wishes to serve him, which Maul is only too eager to do. The Jedi have become complacent in their power and are unaware of the Sith's return. This disturbance threatens to wake them. This cannot be allowed. Surprise is vital to my plans. Darth Sidious then sends him on a new mission. The Dark Lord has felt a disturbance in the Force, a surge in the dark side. It comes from a planet on the Outer Rim. If Sidious can sense this aberration, then so too can the strongest of the Sith's enemies. The Jedi have become complacent in their power and are unaware of the Sith's return. This disturbance threatens to wake them. Sidious cannot allow that. Surprise is vital to the Sith grand plan. He orders Darth Maul to find the source of this disturbance. Whatever or whoever it is, Maul must eliminate them. Maul travels towards the disturbance and tracks his quarry to a cantina on a planet in the Outer Rim territories. The Force speaks to him, but not as loudly as it does to his master. So, the Zabrak wonders if he will be able to locate this disturbance at all. He can't disappoint his master, but the Sith apprentice needn't have worried. A large crowd is gathered around a fighting ring, where a Drovian named Silas is the champion competitor. The dark side radiates from the deadly brute who has just killed his latest opponent. As the bloodied body is carried off, Silas calls out to the crowd. Who will challenge him next? Who will try and take his credits? He dares the onlookers. Unexpectedly, a Alina named Tabor steps up and declares that he will take the Drovian's money. He will have revenge for his brother and spit on Silas's corpse when he is done with him. Tabor, to Maul's surprise, then uses the Force to haul a deadly wired weapon at the pit fighter champion. Silas is impressed with the Alina's Force ability, but before the weapon can strike him, he uses the Force to shatter it, and then casts the wire around Tabor's neck. The little alien pleads with him not to do it, but the Drovian pulls and snaps his neck. Maul realizes that they use the Force for sport here, for financial gain. It's a tawdry venue where amateurs with limited ability fight one another. But for what? Money? Acclaim? These things are dust on the shoes of the righteous. Maul considers them animals that know nothing of discipline, nothing of duty. Their actions defile the Sith. Silas looks over the credits he has earned for the night and is satisfied enough. It has been a decent night's take. The credits keep rolling in. Maybe one day he'll make enough to get off the planet, but that's when Maul interrupts him and tells the Drovian that perhaps his story will instead end today. When Silas asks who Maul is, the Sith answers that he is a messenger. He then activates a holo communication channel to his master. Through the holo, Sidious tells the Drovian champion that he is impressed with his abilities. He has watched Silas and thinks he has great potential and could be of use to Sidious. He tells the brute to search his feelings and he will sense Sidious's power. The Drovian can sense it. Sidious continues, "You could be so much more. I could teach you, guide you, make you more powerful than you have ever dreamed. But first,
You must prove yourself to me. I already have an apprentice. He stands before you now. If you wish to take his place, you will kill him. Master.
Darth Maul is surprised by Sidious' seeming betrayal. His mind once again flashes to the fear that he had as a boy before his master, but he steps into the pit and prepares to fight Silas. Maul can't use his lightsaber as a nullifier field disarms energy weapons within the cage. It's just Silas and him. Maul's potential replacement then tells the Sith that it seems that he is what is standing in the way of Silas' destiny. The Drovian can sense how unnerved Maul has become by his master's betrayal. He can sense the Zabrak's fear. Maul answers with a kick to Silas's face and proclaims that he fears nothing. The powerful champion uses the Force to haul the floor up at Maul, causing the Sith assassin to lose his balance. His mind is reeling. Maul has no focus. He feels vulnerable. Why would his master turn against him? Has Maul displeased him? As the Zabrak struggles with confusion, Silas keeps violently bashing at the Sith Lord. The Force seems to be leaving Maul. He can't get past that his master has forsaken him. And without Sidious, Maul has no purpose. He is nothing, he tells himself. His mind flashes once again back to when he was a boy looking at his master's outreached hand. In his mind, he pleads with Sidious not to leave him. Maul is afraid, but fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. The dark side pours into Darth Maul once again. He uses the Force to haul Silas across the pit and onto the ground, controlling the dark side to overload the dampening field. The Drovian champion begs him not to take this opportunity from him. It is his only chance. But Maul answers with a no.
I am my master's servant.
As he activates his dual-bladed lightsaber and chops Silas's head off. Later, once Maul has returned to his master's side, Sidious explains to his kneeling apprentice that he has done well, admitting to his master that at first he did not understand, but he does now. It was a test. Sidious confirms that it was. If Maul were not strong enough to defeat Silas, how could he trust him with their greater work? He understands. His master then asks if Maul was afraid at all.
You were afraid? Yes. Good. Fear can make you strong, obedient. In this, there is power. Do you understand? Yes, my master.
The end. So as we can see here, the ideologies between the Jedi and Sith are entirely different. They're at opposite ends of the spectrum, where Yoda says that fear leads to anger and anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering, which is a bad thing. The Sith use that, and they really hope that you do end up fearful and you do end up suffering, because through that pain and that emotion, you actually become stronger. It's always cool seeing the yin and yang between these two. Hope you enjoyed this comic. I made this one years and years ago, but I figured I'd remake it with an entirely new script and, all my new stuff, my new microphone and stuff that I didn't have before all those years ago. So I hope you enjoy this one. There's still the old one if you do want to check it out and kind of see the difference with how I made stuff. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you always.